Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone tonight. Thank you for being here. Notice is hereby given of a regular meeting of the District of the Board of Directors to be held at 105 Port Road, Port Isabel, Texas on October 22nd, 2025 at the hour of 5:30 p.m. for consideration of the business of the agenda below. This notice is posted at the office of the district on October 16th, 2025 at 4:30 p.m. in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551041, 551050, not less than 3 business days prior to the time of this meeting. Today we do have the presence of a quorum, Mr. Botter, Mr. Friedman, and Mr. Donahue. Joining us later, Mr. Starkey and Dr. Lalonde. If I may please have everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, grant us clarity of mind, unity of heart, and a spirit of cooperation as we discuss and make decisions today. May our efforts reflect integrity, fairness, foresight, and may we always be mindful of those who rely on our work. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Thank you, Norman. Joining us, we have Mr. Starkey.
Better late than never.
If I may please, item 4, consider and discuss for possible approval, invitation to the audience for public comments. Anyone at this time? Staff, board? Yes, sir. State,
Yes,
call
sir.
for the record.
Good afternoon, Joel Lopez, employee of Laguna Mata Water District. So once again, I just want to thank you gentlemen for approving the budget that was approved. It was a bit tedious from what I understand. Some hard decisions had to be made. And I understand a couple of guys fell on sword for that and thank them for that as well. But we understand it's the long term that we need to look at. It's the future that we need to look at. So again, we just thank you for making those decisions to keep moving us forward. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
For the record, Dr. Lalonde joining the meeting. Anyone else at this time? Staff?
I mean, I'd
board?
like to congratulate the Port Isabel Tarpons on a football game they won 2 weeks ago. I thought those kids played really well. Those coaches did a good job. This community showed out. It stinks being on the losing end of that. You know, I talk a lot of trash in public minutes here, but I tip my cap to the Tarpons. I wish them the best success as they move on to district this week.
Thank you very much, sir.
Anyone else? So
Thank you
it's
for the tarpets. That's it.
item 5, Director of Operations report.
Are we doing number 4?
Number 4?
Excuse me, I did. Consider and discuss for possible approval of the minutes of the workshop meeting held on September 23rd, 2025, the regular meeting held on September 24th, 2025, and the regular meeting on September 30th, 2025. Motion made by Mr. Donahue, second by Mr. Botter. All those in favor?
Aye.
They are. None opposed. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 5, and excuse me for passing that.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Director of Operations report on the water side for service orders and callouts. I do want to mention at water plant number 2 on October the 2nd, we did experience a power outage at the chemical building. That is a big deal. Without the chemical building, we cannot provide water. We cannot treat water. And I do want to thank our electricians, in-house electricians, did an outstanding job in coming up with a temporary fix. They did lay cable from the chemical building to the closest power supply, and they had to do it above ground. And again, they did an excellent job. And we did receive the permanent fix as of yesterday. We're just waiting to do a job that AP is doing before we do a complete repair. On the wastewater side, the lift station department on October the 14th, they did have to do a confined space entry. There was a leak on a force main. This right here shows you the lift station. It is number 20 on Dolphin on South Padre Island, right next to Blue Marlin. Friend? This is where they're attempting to go in. Go ahead. And they're already in and working on the repair here. It just goes to show you the effort that they had to put into this project. And again, they did an outstanding job. The next item is the blowers that I want to mention at Isla Blanca STP. This was a capital improvement project that was previously approved. It took a while to receive these blowers. We did order 3. 2 of them as of Monday were installed, and this is a combination of effort between the wastewater plants and the construction maintenance crew. And we're pending one, and that one should be taken care of pretty soon. For the most part, that sums up the Director of Operations report.
Thanks,
Any
Noah.
questions?
Thank you, Noe.
Thank you.
Item 6, District Engineers Report. Charles?
Good evening. So, yeah, the first item here is the purchase of the 2.3 acres tract and easements for Hess Corporation. We did close, so those are recorded documents in our name. So we've completed that process, and so we can check mark the box on acquiring the Hess property. So that's good to hear. The settling statement is in your board packet for review.
That really went fast and smooth. I really am impressed with that,
Right.
honestly.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it worked out because October 1st was the official day that it became Chevron Corporation.
Yes.
So Chevron Legal Counsel stepped in to get us to closing
Really
and keep us on
processed
schedule.
fast.
Yeah, so it worked out really well. And then as far as, if there's no other questions on that one, the next one is Long Island Village water and sewer improvements. We do have Jacob attending. He can give an update here on that project.
Yes, let me hand you guys these reports together for the project update on Long Island Village project. Yeah, so my name is Jacob Castañeda. I work with SWG Engineering and one of the project engineers for this project on Long Island Village. So just to give you guys an update, the contractor has completely installed all the water lines in the area. They're only missing a couple long services where the sewer lines have not been installed yet. The sewer line trench compaction on Avalon and Bonnet, they passed their density testing. There's in total 4 crews out there right now currently. For them, one of the crews is working on East Bonnet, installing sewer mains. On East and West Oyster, all the water and sewer have been completed. In this area, the contractor is currently prepping the water line. They're gonna proceed with the pressure test on East Oyster tomorrow. Once all the testing has been complete, which includes the back T and the pressure testing on the water line and videotaping the sewer line, that's when they'll go ahead and start paving on that area to hopefully, I know the citizens have been complaining about all the dirt and all the mud, so we've been pressuring the contractor to go ahead and start getting all these testings done where everything has been complete. We have 2 crews working on point repairs in 2 different areas. It will be West Sand Dollar and Sundial. They're currently working on the point repairs, and what that is it's the existing sewer line, and where there's defects in the sewer line, they're going in there and fixing it up with new pipe. Right now, the contractor is currently waiting on pipe for the bore section. It's a different pipe. They had to get HDPE pipe, and it's going to be fused, so it's a little harder for them to get, so they're waiting on it. Should be coming at the end of this week. And the contractor who will be doing the bore will be coming out in about 2 weeks to come in and do the bore that's going under Seashell, crossing those channel crossings currently. For lift station number 1, the wet well is on site, and that will be the first lift station to be constructed. And in total, there's a total of 2 lift stations for this project. Our completion percentages, right now, water line's 98. We're only lacking the long services on some areas. Sanitary sewer line, we're looking about 30%, 0% on paving. That will be coming up pretty soon with East and West Oyster. And the lift stations, right now, we're at 5%. In the back of that report, there are photos that you guys can look at that was provided by our inspector for this month. But that's pretty much the project update right now. We have been letting the contractor know that, just to start pushing him to get this done. So he is bringing in more crews and more people are starting to come out there to start working on the project.
What's our timeline? How are we on the timeline?
On timeline, so completion is for the end of June.
Are we
And
gonna
so,
make that?
yeah, we have to make that. And so, right now, currently, I've been pushing the contractor just to, because I haven't been seeing the progress as fast as we would like. But he is bringing in more crews to meet that deadline for us.
Who's the contractor?
Southern Trenchless is the contractor. And right now, he has a couple of subcontractors out there. But Southern Trenchless will be bringing in their own crews once they finish their jobs in other areas.
What percent of the budget goes to SWG engineering? Do you know, like 5, 10, 20, 30?
10, I believe
10.
10% of the total project, yes.
You guys do like the consulting engineering on it?
Yes, we do the engineering and then we're also doing the inspection.
What's the difference between what a consulting engineer does and what our in-house engineer does?
Well, we designed the plans for this project and we base ourselves on sewer, water, paving, and do design plans for the entities, yes.
Okay. So when those are done, who here ensures that they make sense in the water district?
Like
Or
who
we just
checks,
rely on you to do it?
like who checks our work?
Yeah. who checks?
That would be, Laguna Mater's engineer, yes.
So Charles, you then double check everything they do? Or
Yeah.
not really?
Well, I mean, it's oversight. I mean, my primary level is project management. Was never an intent to form a department, so all the work is done through consultants and contracting.
Okay.
So I'm more on the capital, big picture level and administer the projects, identify, I'm more on the front end, getting the financing secured, the project management level of detail. I mean, that's really where the district engineer plays its role.
Perfect, thanks, just wondering. Thanks, guys.
Anyone, questions?
Let's take it to item,
Thank Oh, yeah, I guess, just to kind of, a couple other things for Long Island Village. We do have a town hall meeting October 30th, and so we do plan to have customer service representatives attend the meeting so we can help get people to come in and set up their accounts. And even like with this first section, the pressure testing coming up, we want to try to start getting streets transitioned over onto the meters for the new water system, even as the sewer system construction is ongoing. So we might get some meters and people connected to the new system as early as December. So we're starting to stage that out over the next couple of months. I think as we transition the service taps, we should be able to do about 15 to 20 a day.
when you say go to Long Island, are you gonna help them set their accounts? What's your plan to do now?
Well, because right now they're on a master meter, so
Right.
every house is unmetered. And
To get them signed up?
to get them signed up and have their account, and so you have each individual owner with a meter on their lot, which is a new account.
Right. Are
And-
we gonna go to them and do an in-house informative, or are they supposed to all come here? Are they gonna come at a set time?
Well, they're supposed to come here, but I mean, we can set up, like, for this town hall meeting that's happening on October 30th, we're actually gonna have 2 representative customer service, just there at the meeting attending. So we have an opportunity for people while we're there just to set up what they would normally do here at the office.
They're able to come in right now and set up accounts.
Okay.
But we've gotten very few, so.
We're gonna go
in
to
order-
them.
In order to facilitate, setting up these accounts on this particular date, we're gonna
Okay.
go over there and see if that will encourage people to sign up. What we don't want is for everyone to show up, at the last minute and.
1,000
we have-
people coming here to the
Yes,
office to
we-
sign up.
yes, we have hundreds of people, standing in line waiting, so we're trying to
Bless you.
encourage them to come and set up their accounts, as soon as possible, but, so far we haven't been very successful with that. I think we have something like 200 that set up their accounts so far, but we need more, so, we're gonna take advantage of this opportunity, for this meeting, send some people out there, hopefully we'll push it aside.
Excellent.
We're seeing, like, donor Texans coming in already, so we'll be at, quite a few.
Yeah, I mean, we're thinking realistically, 3 to 6 months to get everybody transitioned to individual meters. Even though they'd like to see that all happen in a day, just the reality of capacity for how much you can change in a day, we got to stage it. And so on the HOA side, they got to figure out how to handle the rates within their side of it, as we have some people already on meters getting paid and the others not. So that'll be, and just other actions with the Long Island Village Board, they.
Because you have the ones on meter, then you have the master meter, so.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a transition period that they need to determine on the private side.
Have we communicated in writing to their HOA that we need people to sign up by X date? Because if not, we need to.
Well,
You guys
yeah,
will be-
well,
People will be like, we have no water.
well,
You're gonna have 500 and you're not motivated to come.
Gotta
and
be in
have
writing,
water.
so.
well, it's gonna be phased. Like, basically, the last project meeting, that was our discussion meeting that we had with our last project meeting at Long Island Village. And so, for example, we need to get these two water lines, East Oyster, West Oyster, pressure tested, back tees, in the next week or two. And then at that point, when we're able to give them a date, okay, East West Oyster, you gotta connect by X date or you're cut off. And as we're able to give those firm dates, I think it's gonna be on a street by street basis.
I just think it's important. I don't want to sit here as a board and have a room full of Long Island Village people be like, I got no water, they won't turn my water on. They never told us that we needed to sign up. Like, it's got to be in writing and very clear.
Yes, and I would think we're gonna be able to do that, to set a fixed date for East and West Oyster very soon.
Great, thanks, guys. Just want to make sure. All the way
You're on
through.
the agenda then for that meeting. They know when to sign up.
Yeah, October, we've been going through Doc Young, their general manager, so yeah, they're aware that'll be available. And so, they had their board meeting today, was October 22nd, and they approved the finance agreement, so we were able to, that fully executes the 200,000 transfer to their construction fund. And so I guess the current plan with the county permitting is the lift station permits are still pending approval, but as far as their attorney is saying, as long as you're in right of way, which is even the yard line, there's really no permit that's applicable. They would just be all connected, basically. So at this stage, we're looking at those individual permits not really being implemented, and we're just going to connect and hook everybody up within our utility easements and right of way, and proceed with the project in that state. So that's where that part of it stands.
Excellent.
And then, I guess if that would wrap up Long Island Village, unless there's other questions on that one. Yeah, and the last item here is just the water system improvements. It's kind of a long list of basically the ongoing contracts that we have going. But maybe we can just save that for later, or it's just in the essence of time. I mean, Water Plant 1 construction, we're gonna be meeting with ARIA Filter November 10th to set our schedule for performance testing and commissioning over the next couple of months for Water Plant 1. The elevated storage tank, or raw water, the contract number 2 is the raw water transfer pump station. AEP is out there relocating the overhead power lines, which was needed for us to start the construction for the new pump station for the reservoir number 3. So that's where that one's at. So that one's making good progress. The Water Plant 2 high service pump station, that one's out for bid right now. The bid opening on that one is November 4th is our bid opening. And that's the last contract, that's the only thing remaining that's not under contract. And so basically, our engineer's estimate on that job is at 2.7 million. And our unencumbered funds for the SRF money is about 2.5 million. So it's kind of real close. But, once those bids are received, we'll be able to know where our budget is sitting between the 2022 tax bond and the SRF funds through Texas Water Development Board. So that's kind of how close we are right now. And it does lead to an action item for basically, there's an item I'm going to recommend to be tabled because we don't want to take action on the F&I amendment until we receive that bid on November 4th. So
Which item is that?
Yeah, that pretty much wraps up the water system improvements.
Item 8, okay.
No. No. Yeah, that concludes the engineer's report.
Item 7, discuss and take action on a resolution authorizing the issuance of unlimited tax bond series 2025, awarding sale of the bond to the Texas Water Development Board, authorizing other matters related the issuance of the bond and providing for immediate effective date resolution number 227-10-2025.
Good evening, members of the board. Noe Hinojosa with Estrada Hinojosa. It's good to see you, and you guys should be really jumping up and down. This is a real milestone, not only for Laguna Madre Water District, but for the entire state of Texas. You're actually about to fund, if approved tonight, the first true desal water treatment plant in Texas. It's a small one, 5 MGD, in the eyes of many leaders out there, but it hasn't been done before. So kudos to you. We were visiting earlier, Mr. Gavan and Mr. Friedman and myself, as to how far back we go with this project, and I think it goes back to 1997. I think you guys were not even, were you born? Yeah. You were born. But that's how this gray hair gets. But it's just such a great experience, so humbled and honored to be part of this whole process. And I know you all have come in here in good faith, trying to make a statement about your district, and tonight is a real culmination of all those hard efforts, and I can commend Carlos and his team for all the good work behind the scenes. By the time we come here to you guys, it's just time to celebrate, right, or have the tough discussions. But behind us is our team that works very carefully to meet your policy directives. So tonight, what you have in front of you is this loan 2025, giving you this little booklet. There's a little graph on the very first page. That basically, the top row talks about selling a limited tax bond series 2025, $64,655,000. And you're saying, well, how do we get to borrow $64 million? Well, when you look at the quadrant on the right-hand corner, you're gonna see in May 2011, there was a proposition for this desal plant that I think a proposition talked about 15 million maybe.
Correct.
And we borrowed off of that about 10 million last year. And this was the remaining authorized but unissued balance. So we used that number coupled with what you were authorized in 2024, 2023, 2025, so that we could complete the project that I guess you have gotten some idea what that's gonna cost. So the sum of that is 65,655. The Water Development Board has approved, and Isaiah Huerta, who is in our Austin office, will walk you through that approval process. But what's important to you is you told the voters that you would not levy more than an additional 7 cents. Well, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna come shy of that by a half a penny. You currently levy a tax, if you look at the number where it says INS, FYE, INS, in 2022, you were 382 cents, then 693, then 564, then 620. Now you're gonna go to 1227. That 1227, it's not an additional 7 cents, about 6.5 cents, 6.4 cents, thereabouts. What's important is the interest rate that you got on this loan. It's on 2 pages down. It's a 382% rate. It's fixed. It won't change. When we did the LIV project, to give you an idea of credit differential, they got the rate at a 5.4%. You got it at 382, and it's out 30 years. To do a financing of this kind, of this size in the open markets, it would have been at least a 4.5, 4.6%. And so thank God too for the fact that we have a bank like the Texas Water Development Board that we can borrow money from them at subsidized interest rates. So the graph on that page where the beautiful colors were, that red line is the line that says, for you setting that tax rate, that's what you're gonna collect in property taxes, and that's how you're gonna take care of your annual payments. So think of the bars in gold, light gray, and blue as being the sum of all your mortgages. You have 5 loans right now. You did a loan in 2016. Of that, you have about $950,000 left to pay off, and then you go to 2022A, $6,455,000, then 2022 bonds of $25 million and change, and so on and so forth. The sum of all that is $107 million. That's only on property tax supported debt. You also have water and sewer revenue debt. And to that, that's another section in the back that I'll go in a minute through that, but I only bring it up at this time because when you add the 107 million to 23 of water and sewer revenue debt, to the live loans of about 20 million, just in debt alone, this district has about $150 million. So we're talking earlier with Robert's help, how this district has gone to having literally no debt, no assets, to propel yourself to deal with growth, to now having annual payments, and how much exposure you may have in case of an act of God, and how we're gonna have to, this process doesn't stop here today. We're gonna have to continue working with staff to develop policies for you as to what the ideal reserves should be in case that hits, and how that impacts your rates, how it impacts your ability to control expenses, and thus you'll be hearing from us again. I know last year, about this time last year, I think it was in November, December, we came to the board, made a recommendation about trying to develop a line of credit with a bank in case an event like that occurred. Well, we found out that we didn't have the legislative authority, so we went to the state legislature earlier in the year, I want to say, and we had thanks to council, we had the legislation prepared. It was very well received. Unfortunately, it was a little late to file the legislature, but both sides of the aisle, Republicans and Democrats, embrace your initiative about the fact that it is important to have districts like yours with access to lines of credit in case of an event. So I'm very hopeful that the next time the legislature convenes, and to some Texans, they don't like the fact that they convene too often, every 2 years, but that's too often in some people's eyes. We'll be ready for that. We'll try to file it as early as we can, and hopefully, I
What
know
size line would you recommend?
that's going to be part of the process. We talked at one time about $10 million, but right now, just the payments on the geo debt is going to be $7 million. If you go over the page on the revenue section, you got about $2 million, but that has a reserve of its own. Revenue bonds are required to have a debt service reserve fund. So we have in there, I suspect, at least $82 million already in the debt service reserve fund. That's bond funded. GOs by law do not allow you to build reserves, but because of the exposure, we got to have reserves. So I think we right now relying on the emergency funds, or the emergency reserve funds that you have in there, right? And then you have general fund reserves. My concern is you may get hit twice. When we had Dolly here, we lost revenues because people were not coming to the beach as much, and we also lost reserves because we had to fix our assets. Well, the assets now are gonna go from maybe más o menos 40 million to probably 200 million. But when we're built out with everything, you're gonna have a lot of plants out there. And I know they're properly insured, but, or FEMA, I don't know if FEMA even exists now, but at the end of the day, you're on your own. And I think that's gonna be part of assessing and analyzing and bringing to your a recommendation as to how to best proceed. And I suspect we're gonna have meetings with them and then have a workshop with you all, at least one or two, until you are comfortable as to how you want to attack this beast. But part of growing and getting better is behaving as such. So, you continue to be seen by the rating agencies. It's a very good credit. I think if you look at the ratings on Moody's, you're at AA3, and S&P is A+. The U.S. government is at a AA1, I think, or AA2. You're right below them. And for a district this size, with this much debt, it's pretty compelling. So there are a lot of things happening, as you and I know, in this part of the state. And kudos to how you've been able to manage all this. So it's amazing how, when I hear the projects, and thank you for providing a copy of that LIV development, but when there's money, you see a lot of activity, right? But money can be pretty brutal, especially for you guys, in terms of making sure that you're properly equipped to deal with those challenges that hopefully they won't happen, but we all know how this area is susceptible to those events. So that's a heads up. With that, if you look at the next page, after that graph, you'll see where the money's going. Reverse osmosis plant, 37.5 million. The seawater intake, turning basin is about 18 million, and so on and so forth. And then the following page, that just shows you the geo debt, how, I call that the ugly spreadsheet, because that's nothing but numbers. Some people don't like those. But at the end of the day, what's important to you is the third column from right to left, where currently your tax rate is at 6.2 cents for INS, and it's gonna go to 12.27, and then it goes up to 12.66. What can cause that rate to go lower? Property values. If property values get higher than we anticipated or projected, that's gonna have a direct impact on your INS tax rate. The more values, the probably, the less need for having a higher tax rate. No matter what, though, we estimated 7 cents, you're way under that. And then Isaiah? Isaiah's the one that did all the work, I just do the talking, so, thank you, Isaiah.
My name is Isaiah Huerta, for the record, with the Strada They're on the next page, page 5, the financing timetable, just a high level of where we came from and where we are today. So back in July, the Water Development Board approved the application that was developed in tandem with staff and their hard work. That application process is almost a 7-month process. That's actually in conjunction with the 2024 funding as we described. And so we followed up, and the Water Development Board felt that this was a compelling project for them to fund and include into their state funding. So in July, we get that approval. Throughout that process, from July to October, we work with the Water Development Board on sizing this project, getting ready, getting comfortable. Obviously, part of that was getting the voter authority to even, allow us to be at this step. And then about a month ago, the Water Development Board borrowed on behalf of the Laguna Madre Water District, and they were able to lock in a rate. They then proceed to pass on that rate as like a cosign to the Laguna Madre. That's how we're able to get that 3.8%. So we had those rates locked in. Those were provided to us last week. We ran those numbers, provided and ran their pro forma, as you saw. And so today, you consider the adoption of the resolution, finalizing the terms. And about a month from now, November 13th, would be the tentative closing date, and those funds would be delivered into an escrow that the Water Development Board helps oversee. And obviously, Charles is familiar with that process. We work with them on hitting certain milestones to draw down on those funds. Between now and November 13th, we'll be working with staff, with the district engineer and with the Water Development Board on producing certain documents. It's a very bureaucratic process, but just checking off all those boxes and working toward our closing date.
Thing on that line, remember Dr. Ron's question earlier, is there a third party that you know of, Charles, the Water Development Board, that helps you administer the funds and the construction of the project? Is there an engineer up there that says, hey, where's the money going?
Yeah, I mean, as far as Zenaida Guerrero, she's, I guess, the project engineer for this Water Development Board. So
She reviews the plans and all that?
Yeah, she'll release budgets, release money from escrow. She'll be their project reviewer at that level.
Yeah. So there's kind of like another set of eyes, at least. Anything else you'd like to add?
That's it.
Right? Thanks. I think if anything, I was telling Carlos and Scott earlier, I started here in 1993, I want to say. This is the largest project that the town of Zapata Island, the town of Port Isabel, the school district, this is larger than any of them. So kudos to you again, and wishing you nothing but the best to get it all done. So thank you.
I'd like to thank you and
I do
your
wanna
company and associates.
Thank Noe, Rosa, and Isaiah for the hard work that they've been providing for us, the services, and we couldn't have done it without them. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Team
you
effort.
very much.
Team effort.
Isaiah and Noe, I appreciate all of your work and our togetherness. We've done this.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, you guys. Much appreciated. Easy part's getting the money.
Stacking
Actually,
this
no,
line.
It's spending the
part is
money.
usually getting the money.
Yeah, spending the money.
Yeah. So this assumes only a 1% growth rate in the taxable asset value, so we're hoping it's gonna be significantly more than that.
Exactly.
And these taxes will not stick around 12 cents, 12 and a half
Exactly.
cents.
Yeah, I suspect you're gonna probably grow I mean, you're the better judge of this, Eddie. What do you think about maybe 4.5% to 6%?
That's exactly what we're forecasting.
Yeah.
4.5.
Yeah. So the more
We
you
look at
grow,
that from time to time.
yeah. You know us, we have to play defense, so, I don't know that the Tarpons need to play defense, but anyway.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. But I do need a motion.
Yes.
Scott, can you make it? You can't, right? Because you're.
Needs to be one of you guys.
So item 7, discuss and take action.
So moved.
That's a motion made by Dr. Lalonde,
I'll second it.
seconded by Mr. Starkey. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. Are there any opposed? None. Motion does carry. Item 8, consider and discuss for possible, thank you again.
Don't we can only get water?
Item 8, consider and discuss for possible approval of amendment number 8 with Freese and Nichols, Inc. for water system improvements. This item has been asked to be tabled.
Yes. I make a motion to table.
Motion to table by
Second.
Mr. Botter, seconded by Dr. Lalonde. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. Item is tabled. Let's go to 9. Consider and discuss the possible approval of resolution amending Laguna Madre Water District rate schedule for water, wastewater, and raw water. Resolution number 228-10-2025.
Are we gonna let Mr. Hinojosa and company leave? You guys do not have to stick around for this.
We won't judge you.
Yeah. It's already done, Lisa, guys. Thank you.
Get out of here. Good work. Have a great evening.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Include Tarpons, I hope
Yeah.
I didn't insult anybody.
No, I'll root for him now too.
Thank you, gentlemen, appreciate it.
Thank
Stay
you,
in
Noe.
touch, maybe we'll get together in December or November.
Look forward.
We'd love
Look
to.
forward. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Absolutely, thank you. Good job, Scott, way to stick with it all these years. Can we turn it slightly warmer in here? It's
It's
high
at 68.
freezing.
Noel's garden.
Are you cold
What
too?
it is the sun is hitting right there.
Scott's cold too, so chairman and vice chairman say, too hot.
That's the way it is in my upstairs room. Sun's hitting in there and it's hot.
So, gentlemen, when the budget was approved, the budget included a 2% rate increase. So this is the official action to approve that rate increase requires a resolution, and the table that's included in your packet, we've already started mailing out notices about this rate increase.
I move to raise it 2%.
Second. That's a motion made by Dr. Lalonde and seconded by Mr. Botter. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
There are any opposed? None. Motion does carry. Thank you, Eddie. Item 10, consider and discuss approval of bad debt write-offs for the fiscal year ending 9/30/2025.
So each year, we are required to write off amounts that are considered to be uncollectible. These are amounts that we've made many efforts to try to collect these. And at the end of the year, we determine which ones are considered uncollectible, and we have to reduce those. So this year, the amount for utility bills is $2,191.12, and the amount for miscellaneous invoices, $4,211.91, for a grand total of $6,403.03.
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Starkey, seconded by Mr. Donahue. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. Are there any opposed? None. Motion does carry. Thank you.
I just want to mention that we do continue to make efforts on these. Last year, we collected $730 that had previously been written off. So just want to mention that.
Thank you. Item 11, consider and discuss the possible approval of additional paid holidays to the personnel policy.
So staff conducted a in-house survey. We surveyed about 20 local governments in our region and we discovered that the average holidays observed was 15 and a half holidays, while the Laguna Madre Water District has 10. So staff is asking if we can add 2 additional holidays, one President's Day, and the other would be 2 half-staff days that we have, which is Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, if we could convert those to full staff, full holidays instead of the half days.
So moved.
Yes, second. Motion made by Mr. Starkey, seconded by Mr. Potter. All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? None motion carries. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Let's move it to item 12. Consider and approve the purchase of 2 2026 model year pickup trucks.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, this item was approved for this new fiscal year budget. Is the purchase of 2 pickup trucks, one for the collection department and one for the construction maintenance department. So staff's recommending board approval and award the purchase of 2 pickup trucks to Caldwell Country Chevrolet for a total of $105,345, and we're using Bible for this.
What kind of trucks are they again?
The one for the collections department, it's a Chevy 1500, 4x2. And the one for the construction maintenance department, it's a heavy duty, a 2500 Chevrolet. It's a 4x4.
Are they 2026s?
Yes, sir.
Wow. It's not a 2500 HD 4x4.
Motion approved. Motion for approval by
Second.
Mr. Donahue, seconded by Mr. Starkey. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are all those in favor?
Yeah.
They are. Any opposed? None motion is carried. Thank you. 13, consider and discuss for possible approval the purchase of Microsoft Office 365, all departments.
This is software that we need for enhanced security. We issue an RFP to get quotes. We only received one, and the response of the proposal that we received, it was not what we required or we requested. So we went with this company, Liftot, that they are quoting us what we need. After this, the staff's recommending board approval and award the purchase of Microsoft Office 365 to Liftot for $22,353 with 60 cents.
For the year? That's what it pays for the year? Motion approved.
Second. Excuse me. Motion was made by Mr. Starkey, seconded by Mr. Potter. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. There any opposed? None. Motion is carried. Thank you. Item 14, consider and approve the purchase of a radiator for lift station number 19.
We need to replace this radiator for the generator for lift station 19. It's on the island. Radiator is leaking right now. We have a quote to repair. It's more than $5,000, so it's better to just get a new one.
Second.
Motion for approval made by Mr. Donahue, second by Mr. Starkey. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. None opposed. Motion is carried. Thank you. Item 15, consider and discuss the purchase of 8 video intercom readers.
These video intercoms were approved also for this fiscal year budget. We are replacing the keypads for the entrance on all the gates of the facilities for a new video intercom readers. So staff is recommending board approval and award the purchase of 8 video intercom readers to GTS Technology Solutions for $17,423 with 12 cents.
All in the budget that we just approved?
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Starkey, second by Mr. Donahue. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. Are there any opposed? None. Motion is carried. Thank you. Item 16, consider and discuss the purchase of 5/8 meters.
We need to place an order for 45/8 water meters. This is inventory purposes. The staff is recommending board approval and award a contract to Waterworks Metrology for the purchase of 45/8 water meters for $13,472.
Second.
Made by Mr. Potter, seconded by Mr. Starkey. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are.
Thank
Any
you.
opposed? None. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 17, consider and discuss for possible approval of financial reports for August 2025.
Please acknowledge.
I thought we were. Yeah.
Acknowledge.
Okay,
Yeah, if you have any questions, we are on track with our revenues to be 2% over our budgeted revenues. So just wanted to mention that.
Good.
for the
Job.
record, Mr. Botter acknowledged, Dr. Lalonde acknowledged, Mr. Freeman acknowledged, Mr. Stark acknowledged, and Mr. Donahue acknowledged. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you.
Item 18, consider and review expenditures from September 16, 2025 to October 15, 2025. Any questions, comments
No.
about any in particular? Otherwise, need acknowledged by all. Acknowledged by Mr. Botter, acknowledged by Dr. Lalonde, acknowledged by Mr. Friedman, acknowledged by Mr. Starkey, acknowledged by Mr. Donahue. That moves it along to item 19, executive session permitted by the Open Meetings Act, VTCA Government Code, section 551001 at sequence, under section 551071, consultation with attorney, under section 551072, deliberation about real property, discussion and possible action concerning the negotiations with the Port Isabel San Benito Navigation District for seawater intake facilities. Motion to go into executive session at 6:16 PM. Motion was made by Dr. Lalonde, second by Mr. Botter. All those in favor?
Aye.
They are. We are in executive session. Need a discussion and possible action concerning the negotiation with the Port Isabel San Benito Navigation District for seawater intake facilities. Need a motion to proceed as directed.
Motion to proceed as directed.
Motion made by Dr. Lalonde,
Second.
second by Mr. Starkey. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. None are opposed. Motion does carry. That adjourns this meeting at 6:38 PM.